In this video I'm going to show you how to use layer styles. So let's get started. Adobe Photoshop layer styles are basically effects that you can add to your shape layers and text layers with just a few clicks. So here we have just a simple shape layer. It's pure black, and if we go to the layer styles palette, we can make it look, we can give it a cool makeover by just clicking on one of the layer styles here, and it gets added to your shape automatically. So you can do this for any text and any shapes within Photoshop. Okay, so we can make the text look really nice by just applying one of the layer styles to it. Okay, there's two ways to use layer styles. One way is you can load the .asl file inside Photoshop. So if you got a package that has a ASL file, you can load it into Photoshop, and then it will show up in your layer styles palette just like you see here. And to load the layers, the .asl layers file into the styles folder, we can click on this little menu here. Let me move it here so you can see it better. So we can click on this menu, go to load styles, then simply locate where you save the styles and hit open. And this will load up all of the layer styles into your layer styles palette. And then you can click on the different styles and they will get applied to your text or shape layers. Another way to use layer styles is you can open up any PSD files that has layer styles being used on it. So here's a file, and you can see all of these text effects have different styles applied to them. Now you can simply click and drag these layer styles over to your layers by going to the layers palette, opening up where it says FX. You click on this little triangle, it will open up a whole menu of all the different layer styles applied to this text, and then you can drag it over to your buttons or to your text, and it will get applied to it. So let's just choose another example here. Let's open up the menu, then click where it says Effects and drag it over onto any layer that you have in another window. Okay, so that's a cool way of whenever you see a layer style that you like on somebody's PSD file, you can simply drag it over, to your own text or to your own shape layers. Okay, there's two different layer style types. There's adaptive layer styles, and that means that you can have any color shape or any color text, and it will simply get an effect applied over it. So you actually have to first, let me just remove this here. You have to first choose the color of your shape. Okay, so let's choose a color here. And when you apply the layer style to it, the adaptive layer style, so let's choose this one here, for example, or punched in. Okay, so when you apply the layer style to it, the adaptive layer style, the shape or the text layer that you have will keep its color. There is no color overlay, or there's no gradient overlay. You get to keep the color that you have on your shape, so you can easily change the color of your shape to whatever you want without changing the layer style. Okay, and then there's other layer styles that are not adaptive, that come with their own color already pre-installed. So for example, this text style that we have here, it already comes with the gradient. So even when you change the text color, it will not make any difference because this layer style has a gradient overlay. But if we get rid of the gradient, then you can see that you can change the color of the text. Okay, so that's just a slight difference of different layer styles that you can use. Some are adaptive, where you can choose the color of your underlying layer to whatever you want, and some come with their own gradient or color overlay, which you can change. If you want to change the color, say, of this text, you can double click on the gradient overlay, and this will open up a menu where you can choose whatever gradient you have saved in your system. Okay, so you can change the color of your text this way. Another cool thing is you can mix and match different effects from different layer styles together to create your own unique layer styles. So for example, if you like the punched in effect of this style here, you can apply it to your text, and you'll get the same punched in effect. I think the effect comes from the inner shadow layer. Yep. So we can on a Mac, you can hold Alt and Command. Sorry, I don't know what the shortcut is on Windows, but on the Mac, just hold Alt and Command, and this way you will copy the layer style over to another layer without actually losing it on this layer. So it just copies it and paste it to this layer. So hold Alt and Command on the keyboard, click on effect that you want to copy. In this case, it's inner shadow, and holding all of these buttons together, Alt and Command, and then the keyboard, drag it over to the text layer. And I don't know if you can see, but now this layer got like a little punched in effect. And you can do this pretty much for any single effect in these layer styles. As you can see, there's different effects like drop shadow, inner shadow, color overlay, gradient overlay.